killed somebody that he deemed to be no threat. But just think about what kind of a message does that send to other police officers, both at the Weirton PD and across the country, that Stephen Mader was fired under these circumstances where he killed somebody that he deemed to be no threat.
When I first saw him there, I thought, I would just make contact with him outside and go through the incident like any other domestic, where the party is separated already. So, that was my initial thought, was just to talk to him and see what was going on.
So think of the message that this sends to police officers, not just on this police department, but throughout the country. And the message is, when in doubt, shoot to kill. When in doubt, if you don't shoot to kill, you lose your job. No citizen, no police officer should be faced with that choice.
Police department wanted a cop to kill a suicidal dad. He chose not to, so they fired him. Weirton, WV. Former Weirton police officer Stephen Mader is suing the city after he was fired for not killing a suicidal man who needed help. As we reported last year, on May 6, 2016, Mader responded to a domestic call about a suicidal person. When he arrived on the scene, Mader confronted 23-year-old Ronald D. Williams, who was armed and mentally distraught. Mader said that he began talking to the young man in his calm voice. "I told him, put down the gun, and he's like, just shoot me. And I told him, I'm not going to shoot you, brother. Then he starts flicking his wrist to get me to react to it." Image, http://pixel.watch/QT7. "I thought I was going to be able to talk to him and de-escalate it. I knew it was a suicide by cop situation," Mader said, adding that, he wasn't screaming, yelling, he wasn't angry. He just seemed distraught. Whenever he told me to shoot him, it was as if he was pleading with me. At first, I'm thinking, do I really need to shoot this guy? But after hearing just shoot me and his demeanor, it was, I definitely can't. Mader showed incredible restraint in the situation, even though Williams was attempting to provoke a suicide by cop. Sadly, as Mader began to reason with Williams and de-escalate the situation, backup arrived, and another officer immediately shot and killed Williams without a second of consideration. To add insult to injury, Mader was fired for his restraint, and the officer who murdered Williams was cleared of all wrongdoing, showing that the police department is explicitly encouraging indiscriminate killings. Read more, video, 16-year-old student charged with resisting arrest after school cop assaults him. Now, Mader is understandably reconsidering his career choices and has filed a lawsuit against the city that employed him. "I loved being a police officer. And for them to say because of this incident you're not going to continue here was heartbreaking. It had me questioning myself, should I be an officer?" Mader told NBC. West Virginia attorney and ACLU Representative Timothy P. O'Brien is helping to bring the lawsuit against the city. The city of Weirton's decision to fire Officer Mader because he chose not to shoot and kill a fellow citizen, when he believed that he should not use such force, not only violates the Constitution, common sense, and public policy, but incredibly punishes restraint. When given the tragic, and far too frequent unnecessary use of deadly force, such restraint should be praised, not penalized. To tell a police officer, when in doubt either shoot to kill or get fired, is a choice that no police officer should ever have to make and is a message that is wrong and should never be sent, O'Brien said. There's the thin blue line, and one of the ironies of this case is that as we've seen across the county how many instances police have used deadly force in circumstances where that force is questioned, but nothing is ever done. In most cases, you don't see training or suspension. When you contrast with what Officer Mater did and how he's been treated, and officers who've used deadly force and how they've been treated, it speaks volumes to why we have a problem with deadly force in this country, O'Brien added. Read more. Dashcam footage shows an FSU student brutalized during a routine traffic stop. Mater has no regrets and still believes he did the right thing. I wouldn't change anything. Even after them saying that I failed to eliminate a threat and that it should have been handled differently, I still believe I did the right thing. And a lot of people think I did the right thing, too. I know it's not just me, he said. Shooting and killing suicidal or mentally distraught people sadly seems to be standard operating procedure for police across the country. We have covered countless cases over the years where officers have indiscriminately killed suicidal people instead of helping them out. Obviously, if a family member makes a phone call to police because a loved one is suicidal, the last thing they want is for someone to get hurt, but when police arrive the situation tends to escalate quickly and result in violence.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Charlotte County COPWATCH with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it, 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt-free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.